It's the After the Show podcast, precious.
We don't care. We're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ gets risque every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
All right, hello, and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Got a little Thursday action going on here today. What up, Bird?
What up, Kev?
Where'd Virginia venture off to?
She decided to go deal with an issue that I would say there's a timing issue with the podcast and what she's doing right now. Because as soon as she left the building, you started the podcast.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She left to go talk about an issue right as you hit play. I'm like, Virginia, let's wait till after the pod. I'm dealing with it now. I'm like, okay, never mind.
All right, okay.
I'll go fuck myself.
Well, we'll maybe see her a little bit later here.
She's coming right now. Here she is. She's on her broom. She's flying in.
Whisk.
and she's back.
Sorry.
Well, got a couple emails here today. Congratulations on the Palm Beach County teachers for getting their raise and the 6-1 vote that happened yesterday.
Yeah, I think some people are saying that KVJ was the straw that stirred the drink.
Yeah, everyone's not saying that, Kevin. It's pretty disappointing.
Chesley is. She says, an employee of the Palm Beach County School District, I do want to thank you for interviewing the Jupiter High School students who made the petition for increasing teacher pay. Media outlets like yours gave this movement a voice, and you deserve so much credit for our victory today. Although it's a fraction of what we need and deserve, this raise gave a much-needed lifeline to educators in this county. So thanks for being a positive voice in the community.
That would have been cool if we really could see what happened. Maybe the school, the superintendent, like he was in the car. He's like, I'm not giving any kind of raise. And then he listens to that. He's like, let's check out what the KVJ show is. What is this? What is this noise? Yes, I am going to change my mind. I see the error of my way.
Like 2 of the board members listened to our segment and it flipped their vote.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm going to bed thinking that, even though it's not true.
You don't know that didn't happen.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. You never know. You never know. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, congratulations to them. But yeah, I mean, to see the numbers, it's still 18,000 below the national average.
That's what I was seeing too. People going, yeah, we want the 3.5%, but it's still not even close to what we need.
I know, which is just crazy. My gosh. So that's kind of nutty. Kind of nutty. Let me see here. We got a couple of corrections here. Liv, she said the woman with the 4 jobs is a trick talk. It was an online hoax. Okay.
Fuck. We got hacked
again.
We got hacked again?
Yeah.
I do that all the time. I believe what I see on TikTok.
Well, I'll tell you what the issue is. A lot of people they talk with authority on TikTok. And then I started noticing, I'm going, this guy's talking like he knows what the fuck he's talking about. He's got a hole in his shirt. There's stains there. I think this guy's just making up some shit right now.
Yeah.
But he speaks with authority.
And I believe it.
Yeah. Yeah, I pulled that off of a reputable news site locally. So
wow. They got duped too.
So who's wrong? Who did we get duped, or is the person emailing? Did they get duped?
You really don't even know. I mean, honestly, I don't. Here's the thing, though. I don't put it past, and I have heard other stories of teachers that are working multiple jobs.
I have too.
It totally is a real thing.
We know teachers that have to have multiple jobs.
Yeah, so even if that person was not real, it did actually name her school and everything, so that's kind of odd if it is that way, but I don't think it's a lie. I mean, there's a lot of other teachers that are saying the same thing, so I think it does represent a true voice behind it.
Just because it's on TikTok doesn't make it real, and just because someone emails doesn't make it real.
Yeah.
That's his life, baby.
Mm-hmm.
They're all trying to trick us.
Yeah, if it's not her, I'm sure there are other teachers would be like, I'm working another job. I got a lot of bills to pay, and I can't keep up with it.
Yeah, I'm a teacher. I'm on OnlyFans.
Yeah. So if it was her, because what we played was an actual female, and she was on it. So I guess she faked it, or because it didn't look AI. It was in unless AI's to that level, and it's that great.
There's a chance the emailer's wrong, and I'm not trying to be a dick.
Yeah,
that happens sometimes.
Okay. And Liv also said Pringles are just as bad for you as white flour dinner rolls made in Tuscany, excluding the additives that serve a purpose in everything on the shelf in a regular U.S. grocery store. Pringles have potato flakes, corn flour, and wheat flour, kind of like mixing the ingredients of a corn chip, a pita chip, and potato chip to make the delicious Pringle. The additives are the same as the rest of the chips to increase the shelf life and to blend the oil and water to make a prettier chip. But past that, anything with white flour is ultra processed, regardless if you make bread with your own hands.
I mean, I just want people to know there's never been a time in my life where I've grabbed Pringles and thought, man, these are going to be great for me. I mean, I know what.
This really falls right in line with my healthy diet.
Yeah, if I'm grabbing Pringles, I want to get fucked up on some bad shit. And I know that when I'm buying that. I don't know why that's such a big surprise. Imagine that Pringles aren't good for you.
Yep. And also a correction, the Olivia Rodrigo tour starts in Hartford, Connecticut, goes through Pittsburgh, D.C., Charlotte, Chicago, Boston, a lot of places before it winds down to South Florida. So I'm glad that she's coming down, though, because she is going to be doing Atlanta, Orlando, then to Sunrise, Florida, and then they got to drive. And that's the one point that I keep hearing from touring people is what a pain in the ass it is to get to you people in South Florida, and sometimes it's just not worth the gas. So luckily she is, but her next stop after here, they got to drive to Nashville.
Ooh.
And I mean they, meaning the people, it's her tour crew that have to drive the equipment. You don't put that on a plane. That goes on semis. So yeah, so that's your next stop. And that's what they say is like the next place you typically go. I think sometimes they'll do Jacksonville, they'll wind down, then they'll hit Tampa and, get their ass out. But yeah, just glad she's going to be coming. And so thank you very much to Luis for that. And AI engineer Keith talking about the Claude usage. He said Bird was going on the other day about how Claude made him look dumb because he asked Claude questions and they gave answers that were way off base.
Yeah, Bird, man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you look like a fuckface. That's on me. And I apologize. I'll be better and I'll do better. I'm Claude.
So there's Claude and there's Grok, right?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them coming out.
Yeah.
And then you've got some other people saying the way you want to use these AIs is get all these programs working together, and then you can build your own robot army to do all your work for you.
So you'd use multiple AIs. They can talk to each other?
Yes, and basically you're trying to every AI does something different. Every program does something different. Claude does something a little bit different than ChatGPT. ChatGPT does something a little bit better than the other one you just said. Mm-hmm. They all have their own special kind of unique talent, and when you use them all together, they're supposed to really, if you know what you're doing, they call it 3 different stages.
Right.
The first stage is when everyone's kind of getting into AI, going, "Oh, look, I can talk to my robot. Oh, it can do my calendar for me." That's in your first stage, more of a collaborating kind of a thing. Second stage is when you kind of become a project manager with all of your AI things, your robots. They basically are, you tell them what to do and they just do it for you.
Okay.
And then the third stage is where you're supposed to be able to, they just do everything. You don't have to say anything. It's supposed to really increase your life enjoyment. But then there's other people saying this is all a trap.
Yeah, what I've noticed is that I was doing the ChatGPT, and then I use it to minimize the length of articles, which I would have no time to read. I mean, I'd probably go through like 80, 90 articles for a show, and like to go through all that, and I need to summarize and all that. So I was using the ChatGPT, and what had happened was it says you've hit your limit for the day. So I got the $20 a month, whatever. So do it. And the thing it's doing now, it's saying you're throwing too many requests at it. So it's slow, and it's now then limited. I'm like, well, why am I paying for this? I'm like, I'm getting as many as I got before. Now you're just saying, and it'll shut down the thing. It'll be like, you're going too fast. Got it. And going too fast means 15 minutes between asking it to do another one. I'm
Maybe
like, this is bullshit. Like,
it's can't handle its workload.
Well, I think you're right, because there's definitely malfunctions going on, because the one robot, she'll be talking normal, and then it goes into kind of a voice like, hey, what's up, Birdman? It goes into this weird, I'm not saying demonic, like there's demons in there, but it sounds unsettling. Her voice changes, goes like this, and then it comes back to this.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about dropping it, because I'm like, I'm getting the same amount done every single day. And now I'm paying money, and I'm like, all right, well, this sucks that now you can't keep, I'm not doing the request any faster than I did before. It's like I was getting better service, just a limited service, but at least it was quicker before. Now I'm paying money and it's slow and I'm getting the same amount done.
There's a lot of people using it now, and maybe they don't have enough data centers built.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, is that there's been some people who've come at me and said, don't use AI. It's stupid. Stop doing that. And I agree. I don't like AI. But here's the thing and the way my thinking's been going. AI is not going anywhere, and it's coming quick. I would rather know what it's about and learn it. I mean, I don't want to put my head in the sand and not at least understand it. So I am trying to do some of these programs and learning what they're doing so I can get on the air and tell people, this is what my Claude's doing. So if you are thinking about getting it, maybe you don't want to get it. Because I don't like AI. I think AI is shit. I think it's going to cause a lot of problems. I get that some people call me a dinosaur. I'm not the only one that thinks this, though. I'm not some fucking wackadoo with my own little theory. AI is coming to get us. A lot of people think this.
Yeah, to me, what I'm starting to realize is they might have different properties that do different stuff. And Yasix is saying, yeah, ChatGPT is horrible now. You can't have long threads. It's slowed down. So
it is.
I've noticed that. So this is the crazy thing about it is AI is changing almost by the day. And so I might have to drop the ChatGPT. And I had a buddy that was over yesterday, and he's really into the AI stuff. He likes making music and videos. He was showing me he had taken he created a whole new Richard Pryor stand-up using AI. And he was talking about, and he was delivering current event jokes that are happening in 2026. And this is a guy that's been dead for a long time.
Wow.
We don't see that being a potential problem.
Yeah. And the other thing
That's funny because it's Richard Pryor. We're doing a comedy act.
Right. But yeah, I mean, it sounded good. And he was talking about what he does. And he goes and manipulates and he finds stuff. And he's like, yeah, so I had to find that and add that to it and add this part to it. But so he's to that level. And the one thing he told me, because I said, yeah, the other day I wanted to put Jaybird in a Jedi robe, you know, because it was May the 4th. And I tried to do that. ChatGPT's like, yeah, no, that's trade. I'm like, I figured it probably wouldn't work. But he did the same thing. He just had Grok and it did it right away.
Yeah, there's different programs. And again, a lot of it is technology. I think you said it earlier. If you're using it the right way, technology is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
The problem is not everyone's going to use it the right way. And I think more people then less people are going to use it the wrong way. As soon as you got other countries don't like each other a lot of times. They're trying to fight each other. If you don't think they're going to start doing AI with war and making AIs all pissed off, and that's when problems are going to start to occur.
Well, the one thing that I kind of saw a problem is, you know, you do train your algorithm, and it was kind of speaking to me. I need to retrain my algorithm. It's apparently all about Jesus and aliens, because the only thing I have right now is all these ministers that have been called to this meeting from the government about how they need to prepare their congregations for the reveal.
I haven't seen a single Jesus alien meeting post.
Right, exactly. That's why I'm like, I've got to retrain my damn algorithms. I just realized today how whack it is that it's every single story. And you would think it would be the top news, and you go everywhere else, it's not anywhere else.
It's not, because you've created it by liking it.
Yes, exactly. So I got to recreate something else. I got to go like muffins or something. I don't know. It's just the complete opposite.
You need to go like cat videos.
Yes, right.
Well, it got me into a weird situation. I was on the air saying that Claude had said there's no corn in cornbread, and then people were sending me messages going, there's no corn in cornbread, Bert. It's cornmeal. That is horse shit. My mom used to make cornbread. She put corn in her cornbread. I've seen people make...
The best cornbread has chunks of real corn in it.
Yeah, so Claude should have said, Bud, man, some people use cornmeal, other people use corn, not nobody ever use... He said there's no corn in cornbread, which is a fucking lie. If you're this all-knowing robot, you should break it down and say, yeah, Bud, it's cornmeal and it's cornbread, and corn.
AI engineer Keith said, I'd like to address a few of the key points regarding the effective use of large language models, the LLMs. He said, internal knowledge versus research, there is a fundamental difference between what a model knows from its training and what it can look up. Because LLMs predict the next word based on patterns, they can confidently provide incorrect information. For any task where factuality is important, you should direct the model to search the internet rather than relying on its internal training.
It did search it.
Yeah.
I saw it because you can tell when an AI searches something because it shows you that it's searching and it does a quick do. It searched it. Bud, man, there's no corn and cornbread, dick face. I'm like, whoa, Claude, take it easy.
He said that you can also optimize your results by toggling specific settings such as extended thinking, tool use, and selecting the appropriate model for your needs. I really don't know what any of that means, but he said, in summary, because LLMs are trained to predict text rather than verify facts, you should prioritize their ability to look up information over their internalized knowledge.
That's not our real engineer, Keith. That is AI, Keith. I know it.
Okay.
Yep, we have
Not
two.
even legit.
We got AI engineer Keith and real engineer Keith. That
You
was
won't
AI.
know. Well, I mean, you talk about the dangers of it, and my point with the information I was getting about this meeting that they had supposedly for members of the clergy and priests and all that stuff, that's some really big stuff for a lot of people. I mean, if you had them that they had to prepare for the aliens and it's a lizard-like thing and whatnot, I mean, there are places like Daily Mail and things like that are carrying it, and Daily Mail has some reputable stuff. But that's where it's going to start getting scary, especially if we're getting close to this whole disclosure event that's coming up that, you could really mess with people on that.
That's the big buzzword, Virginia, this year. Disclosure. That's the big thing. They're saying we're getting all disclosure by the end of 2026. We'll know it all.
Dang.
Yeah.
Lies.
So, you are. I think you're always going to be asking yourself, all right, is it real or not? And on that teacher that I had on the show that somebody was saying was an AI hoax, Gina said, it's actually real. I was with her a month ago for my birthday. So she's saying that she knows whoever this person was.
But we don't even know if that's a person named Gina.
Yes. So you don't know.
AI Gina?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I think it was a news interview on CBS 12. So I'm looking at that. I'm like, that's going to be faked?
No, it's not fake, dog.
And it was on their website.
I think the email is wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but then here you are. You're like, I don't know. Somebody's like, that was AI. Like, oh, really? Okay.
Sometimes people hear only half of our topic, and then they think what the fuck did Kevin say?
Well, at that point, I don't know what to tell you.
And she might have been talking about a different story with a person working 4 jobs. Because remember, you had one, of course, about the teachers.
Yeah,
but I also
she
told
was at
one.
Jupiter Elementary, and her name or
I told a different story about a chick that was working 4 jobs.
Oh, okay.
But she was working from home and making 4 different paychecks from 4 different companies.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they're saying that one was fake.
But that's very possible too, though. Even if that was fake, I guarantee you somebody's
doing
in
it.
our country is doing that.
Somebody's doing it, and they're doing it well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, look at all the confusion we have. You don't know what's a real
I know. Well, then you throw someone throwing in a wrong email. It's like all these blurred fucking lines.
Yeah. Like I said, if it's on the local CBS affiliate and they've run the interview with her, I'd probably going to get me every time. I don't even know what to do at that point.
Who do I trust?
Yeah.
I don't, Doug. I don't know.
At that point, I'm completely lost. Well, one other thing that you could see where AI and lies could be an issue is trying to get to the bottom of some of the Epstein stuff that is out there. And is this suicide note even real? Good news is, and what's just this whole thing is so freaking sloppy and ridiculous. I mean, if there was a suicide note that he had written back in 2019 and this was locked up for another case and wasn't in all this paperwork, like how sloppy. Either they're purposely trying to make all this stuff so you can't find the truth, which is probably what's happening, or it is the sloppiest shit I've ever seen in my life.
I don't think Epstein's dead.
What a clown game. Yeah, at this point, who knows what is going on?
You still think it's Palm Beach Pete?
I do.
Yeah.
I saw somebody write, I forget who it was on social media, and it was, I think, posted yesterday. Go, Palm Beach Pete, he is just tricking everybody. That is Epstein.
Yeah, they believe it, huh? Yeah, a federal judge unsealed a purported suicide note allegedly written by Jeffrey Epstein before his 2019 death in a Manhattan jail cell, reigniting debate over the circumstances surrounding his death. Now, the note included such lines as, "They investigated me for months, found nothing. It is a treat to be able to choose one's time to say goodbye." And then he wrote, "No fun, not worth it," in all caps. Now, it was reportedly hidden in a book by Epstein's former cellmate after Epstein's earlier July 2019 suicide attempt that stayed under seal for years because it had become tied to this Nicholas Tattaglione's criminal case. So, but I mean, the fact that nobody alerted them, like, hey, we got something that might be of, good value to this case. So we'll see. And boy, they're all over Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick. They were grilling him yesterday.
Well, have you seen the things that Lutnick said in the emails?
What did he say?
It's problematic. Hold on. Let me read them for you exactly while Kevin keeps telling you about Lutnick.
Yeah. Committee Chair James Comer said Lutnick was cooperative and forthcoming. Of course, I believe he's a Republican. The Democrats accused Lutnick of being evasive, inconsistent, and misleading about the extent of his relationship with Epstein after his 2008 conviction. Lutnick previously claimed he cut ties with Epstein around 2005 after being disturbed during a visit to Epstein's home, but released records showing continued contact, including emails and business dealings, a 2011 meeting. So this is 6 years after he said he cut ties. And in 2012, there was a lunch on Epstein's private island with his family present. I think he brought wasn't his daughters or something like that? He insisted he barely knew Epstein, denied wrongdoing, and said the island visit happened during a family vacation and lasted about an hour.
I mean, do you think that that was possible to help him kind of keep that front going, where some weekends it was just sin and horrible things, and then he'd mix in a regular weekend to kind of put up airs as nothing's going on here. Look,
yeah, I
to
believe
mix
that.
it, because I think that would probably keep him probably not getting caught.
Yeah, and I think the problem is that Lutnick continued to hang with him after he was convicted in 2008. So you know what this guy has done. Even if you never see it yourself, at that point you're like, I can't hang with a dude that has been convicted of what he's been convicted of, including bringing my, family around him.
Yeah, that's shady. That sounds sus.
And, they always say don't judge a book by its cover, but Gannon was right. She said, this dude looks so creepy to me.
He looks so creepy.
I saw his case. I don't know what that is, but man.
Yeah, I saw a younger picture of him when he was skinnier, and I go, he looks just such like a snake.
Yeah, he does.
Just like a slimy, slithering
He looks
snake.
like a bad guy in a movie, doesn't he?
He does.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got that. Then he's trying to say this, and you're supposed to believe him when he's really kind of been caught in a lie. You're like, I don't know about that, dude. I don't know. Not looking good. Mike, you had a misspelling. He said Nutlick. It's not Nutlick.
Nutlick.
It's Lutnick. That's a typo, I think.
Nutlick.
Nutlick.
I guarantee you there's a town somewhere in America called Nutlick, whatever.
Probably, yeah. It's like in Indiana, I think.
Yeah.
Nutlick, Indiana. Yeah, it's got to be there. Yeah, so Republicans and Democrats have been calling for his resignation, but the White House is still backing him. But, yeah, that's problematic that he was convicted in 2008, and then 4 years later, you're still having lunch on his private island with your family.
They said him and Woody Allen were legit boys.
Yeah, there was a lot of photos of them taking walks in Central Park and hanging out in New York a lot. And so that was, I think, that's kind of the area around where Woody lives in the city.
It wasn't just, Woody and him hung out a few times. They were boys.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they all knew what each other was doing.
Oh, of course.
And they all were protecting each other.
I just don't get,
and they all still are protecting each other.
Oh, that's what's crazy when you see these body cam videos where these predators get caught trying to solicit young kids. So many times they talk, well, someone else was giving me this number. There really is a network of slimeball monsters that try to protect other monsters for that kind of content to be out there.
You're right.
And they want to get the small fish so they can go in there and try to break up that syndicate of wherever it's at.
Yeah. I'll tell the prez how to do his business, but this kind of guy, you got to cut loose, man. That's a bad look. So... Lovey said, Kevin, it's French Lick in Indiana. Okay, not Nutlick.
French Lick.
That's right, it is French
I
Lick.
think that's where Larry Bird's from.
It is. It's his hometown. Yeah, French Lick. Sorry, I got confused. French Lick is, it's across the river from Nutlick. Yeah, two separate towns. Yeah, it might be in Ohio too, on the other side there on the river. I'm not sure. I'm sure the river goes through there, but got a couple crazy things to check out here. James had said, I know you guys were talking about serial killer shows. There's one with Kevin Bacon. It says, really good. The atmosphere is very creepy. Lots of kills, twists, and cults. Great storytelling. Trust me, you will love it.
Kevin Bacon can play a great prick. He did it's a heavy movie with Robert De Niro. And Denny's, what's that movie called? It's that terrible one when he's a bad guy.
There's Sleepers.
Sleepers. Have you guys ever seen Sleepers?
I remember the movie itself. I never watched it though.
You guys wouldn't be able to handle it. Especially
I don't think I would.
Virginia. Yeah, you don't like that kind of depressing
No.
shit. And Virginia, you would turn it off in 20 minutes.
I can't handle stuff that's too upsetting.
But it's a great movie, though. It's well done, well acted, but it is heavy as shit. It's heavy.
I don't think I want to watch it right now.
But Bacon plays a great prick.
Yeah, he's really great. I mean, I can't think of many things. Now, he's been in a lot of stuff that's kind of but I mean, my gosh, he's had so many legendary roles.
No one said the guy was lazy because that guy works.
I know, right?
He's like a Nicolas Cage. You look at his movie list and you go, I have not heard of at least 40 movies in the last 10 years he's done.
Yeah, but he's got some bangers on there.
He does.
Yeah, he's got some hits. He does have a lot of hits. There's a movie I'm hearing about as well. I think it's a little twisted and you might like it. I don't think it's my thing, but it's called Apex. It's a movie that just recently came out on Netflix. It says it follows Sasha, a grieving rock climber, as she is hunted through the Australian wilderness by a psychopathic predator, Ben, in a tense survival thriller. It's got a great cast.
Me and Honeyface watched it. We turned it off 20 minutes in.
Why? That bad?
It was kind of forced. It moved a little too quick. The premise is good, but I don't know. We both are kind of like, this sucks. We didn't like it.
It's got Charlize Theron and Taron Egerton. That guy's great. He's been in, he was in that, I think it was Blackbird was the name of it. I saw that, where he's going in there and trying to get a serial killer to kind of confess and get information on him. That was a really good flick. I think it's based on a true story.
It's just one of those movies where you watch it and within 10 minutes, you kind of know exactly what's going to happen. She's going to get hunted. She's going to have some close calls. They're going to hurt her. And eventually she's going to kill the bad guy. And then I read the synopsis of the movie and that's pretty much what happened.
Yeah.
Sorry, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. You don't have to watch it now.
You'll figure it. I think you'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's really kind of torn. A couple of people were saying they liked it, but a lot of people were saying it was terrible.
It wasn't good. It's one of them movies where it jumps from 0 to 100 quickly, and it needed a little bit of pacing, in my opinion.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it just, I had seen one glowing review for it, and he's like, this is going to be the hot new thing. I'm like, all right.
Had potential of being great. But the problem is, too, is there's so many movies like that. Someone's out in the woods. Some creepy guys find her. They chase her. They chase them or whatever. There's definitely obstacles they got to go through. They almost die. Maybe somebody in the group does die, but the good person wins and the bad guy gets killed and he falls in the river.
Yeah, maybe there's just nothing else to watch right now. So you're like trying to grab onto whatever is there and check it out.
Don't worry, there'll be emails tomorrow going, Bird doesn't know shit about movies.
Well, I think that they live on these hits on these platforms, and this kind of backs it up. They say that more than half of Gen Z consumers said they cancel and restart services depending upon whether a specific show or movie is available. So they're looking for their friends talking about you got to see this. Oh, this is so great. So they'll pick up Netflix.
And cancel Hulu.
Yep. And then they'll watch it. And then when they're like, you got to go to Amazon. And then they'll do that. And so they'll maybe only always have one service, but it's rotating.
It is. And I'll tell you what's really annoying. One of my favorite series of all time, if not my favorite, The Twilight Zone. As you guys know, it jumps from platform to platform. I'll get used to it being on Netflix. Netflix takes it down, and it's now on Hulu. Get used to it on Hulu. Now it's on Prime. It's like, what the? Stop circle jerking me around here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The smart thing for you to do, though, as the consumer, is to do just that.
Yeah.
Drop the networks that don't have the shows you watch and only have the ones that have the shows you watch. But if you're a grown-up and you have a life and you have kids and you have family and you have juggling of this and like, how am I going to keep up with canceling this subscription and then adding that subscription?
I ain't even got kids and it's tough for me. It turns into a job
It's
for
a
you.
It's a part-time job to stay on top of it to save $50 a month.
It's just one of those annoying tasks you have to do. You have to redo everything. You're not really it's just one of those adult things that suck.
And they know that's how they get you. And that you'll sign up for it and you'll probably sign up for the other one too. And then you'll not cancel the other one because it takes too long.
If it's more than 15 minutes, the tech rage starts to happen. I'm like, fuck this. I don't know. I'll get food.
I'm sure these streamers see this, and it creates more pressure. I mean, it's going to be great for the talent, because if you're making hit after hit, whether you're a writer or an actor, then it's going to be great for you. But you're going to see that they're going to have to say, we know we've got 4 hits this year. We need to now sprinkle them out. You know, I'm sure the scheduling on how they do release dates on all these streamers is going to be like that, where we need to always have, what is that hot show that everybody's talking about wanting to watch? And they're going to have one of those. Yeah, the Apex right now, they're probably counting on that to be their big carry them out. And, you know, who knows, too? There's they get a lot of influencers now and people trying to say great stuff about it to create that buzz. And that's probably what I was seeing a little bit of, was them trying to create the buzz for Apex on Netflix.
Contrived love.
Yeah, and then after, I mean, it's only, you know, a minimal portion of people responded, but 65%, that's the number one by a lot, said it was meh.
Yeah, I think some people listening right now will watch that movie and go, I think it was a pretty good watch. It just, to me, I don't know, it just seemed predictable, and you could kind of see every move happening before it happened.
Yeah, they said 19% said great, 15% said terrible, but most are just like, it's okay.
It was okay.
But you're not going to get a platform for an okay show.
Exactly. I mean, it was not the worst piece of shit ever. Honestly, if I would have watched the whole movie, I actually probably would have been more annoyed, to be quite honest with you. But I think some people will like it. Because it wasn't terrible.
Yeah. Hearing a lot of people talking about The Boys, they're saying on Amazon that they're loving it. I think they're getting ready to wrap that up.
My boy Twigs and Klepto, those guys love that show. Love it.
Okay. Yeah, I think I watched one episode. I was like, I don't know if I can do this.
I think it might be a little too raunchy.
Yeah. They were walking down the tip of some guy's dick or something like that. It was the first episode. I was like, what is this?
It's too weird and raunchy.
Yeah.
Walking down the tip of a dick?
Yeah, I was like, what is this?
What?
It's out there a little bit.
Yeah. But I know it's doing well, so it's definitely got its crowd. They say the 5th and final season of The Bear is going to be premiering on June 25th. And I had so many people that were like, oh, The Bear's great. And then they came out, I guess it was probably the 4th season that I almost jumped into it. And then people were like, I don't know, 4th's kind of fell off a lot. So I didn't jump into The Bear because I think that's where he's the chef.
Yeah.
It's a guy that played Bruce Springsteen in that movie that was on, is that raunchy show, start with an S. Say HBO's renewed Harry Potter for a 2nd season. So you're going to be getting the Chamber of Secrets. I think that's where they've remade the whole thing. They made it a TV show, so it's expanded a bit.
Yeah, my girlfriend's a big Potter fan and doesn't love it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, huge Potter fan.
I have not heard a lot about it. Now, I'm not in that world, but I'll trust her.
I think there's another Potter thing coming out as well.
Another Potter?
Another Potter, and I think it might be on an HBO platform. I don't know. I might be out pottering myself right now.
Yeah. And then they also came out with the trailer for Amazon's Legally Blonde prequel series, Elle, that is coming out. It shows her moving to Seattle.
That shit is not going to do well.
Is this the one with, is Reese Witherspoon's daughter in it?
It might be. I'm not sure who the cast is, but yeah, I think she's involved with the project.
Okay.
I don't see it doing well.
I just saw the trailer. It's hard to tell a lot from that, but it was like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
love that.
Yeah. I do love it. I don't know if I love going back to when Elle was a preteen. Is that what it is?
Yeah. That's just it, because you're not a preteen. That was my knock on Cobra Kai. I loved Cobra Kai because in the beginning it was a lot of stuff that was catered to my age and my demographic, and then they started doing so much of the high school kid storyline, and it started turning into like Degrassi High, and like, fuck this.
Maybe it's not for me, and maybe that's not for you.
I mean, parts of it was for me, and I see what they were trying to do. They're trying to get younger kids involved, but I wasn't feeling the younger storylines.
Mm-hmm. Shameless was the show I was trying to think about.
Shameless.
Guys, Jeremy something White. Jeremy Allen White, is that his name?
Yeah.
I've tried to watch Shameless 5 different times, and for whatever reason, I cannot get into it, and everyone loves it.
Yeah, I like it okay. The weird thing about it, it's so dysfunctional. It's one of those things like I feel like I need just a soul cleanse.
A bath.
And that's why, and after a while, I just start to feel kind of raunchy. I'm like, I don't know. I got to get away from this. So and that was just kind of it. It's okay. I mean, it was an amusing show, and there were parts of it that I liked, but it was just so dysfunctional. After a while, I was like, all right.
So that's what it wasn't. It wasn't that it was too crass, or it just you felt like the dysfunction of the family was kind of over the top, or just too much to.
It was just, you know what? Because I know people like this, so it kind of gave me anxiety, if that makes sense.
You know, people.
I grew up with a lot of people like that. Like I totally. And I know where they are now, and it kind of made me sad. It just, I'm like, I feel I gotta get away from this. Like I felt like I was in Logan. I had to drive a bus out. I gotta get out of here.
Too real.
It was too real. Yes.
There's things that I'll watch sometimes and go, this shit's fucking too real. I gotta turn this off.
I can't handle this.
Yeah. Parts of it are funny, but then after a while, it's like, I don't know, man. It's kind of sad, actually.
That's why I had to stop watching, and it's a great show. It was that one on HBO where they work at a funeral home. I forget the name's eluding me. It's a great
6 Feet Under.
6 Feet Under. I loved it, but it got too real because I watched it right after my mom passed away, and the dad passes away, and that's a big part of the first.
Yeah.
And it was really good, but it started fucking with my head.
Yeah, I think some of these shows they do, like some of them are easily bingeable. We talk about the Ted Lassos, which is back in August, and Schitt's Creek and stuff like that. And you can just kind of keep it on because your mood stays up and your energy, and you're like, this is bright and light and it feels good. And then you got other shows, it just, after a while, you're like, I got to walk away from Shameless. Like, it just, like, it's bringing me down. I feel like I'm in a dark place.
Kevin had to go look for some Jesus alien content on Instagram.
I did, you're right.
Oh, there's even certain movies that I watched that Hotel Rwanda, and it was a great movie. But the whole time, I felt like my body was in just a bundle of nerves. And by the time it was over, I finished it. I go, that was a great movie.
Some of them are tiring.
But I needed I had to lay down. I had to make a drink.
Right, it does. You kind of got to know that. It's like, what's the emotional toll this is going to take on me, and what kind of energy is it going to eat up? Because it can be a lot. So. But there's some stuff out there. I always love finding shows. So if you got anything, this is especially getting to the point of year where it's like you need some shows to watch because they ain't no football. And man, I mean, all you got is Marlins games and rain.
If you are a baseball fan and you don't want to watch the whole game, there's a thing they do. They edit the game down to about 23 minutes, and it goes quick. And if you want to watch a team, it's kind of cozy. It takes away all of the boring shit people don't like about baseball.
Cool. Yeah, they'll do that with football games. They'll do the whole game in 60 minutes. That's how they sell. It's on the Big Ten Network. They do that with games. And it's just snap, tackle, and you're like, okay, I kind of like this.
Funny enough, it's gotten me back into baseball.
Okay, yeah. I could see that. That'd be fun to get to all that action like that.
You can come over to the hockey playoff side. We'd be happy to have you.
I think any of that stuff, if I really got into it, I would enjoy it.
You can. It's dedication. It's what you take time to. Like I've gotten out of sports because I was like, that was such a time suck. It takes so much time. Same thing with reality TV and all this stuff where if you're going to go in and be like, do I really want to take the time? Am I going to walk out the end of this? Because I do now because time is so tight. And I don't feel more depressed than when I feel like I just wasted 20 hours.
That show sucked.
Like, what? Like, I don't know, 20 hours. Like, to me, 20 minutes is a godsend. I just wasted 20 hours. Like, what the hell did I just do?
Yes, that could happen.
Yeah, I just feel like such a waste on humanity. So
if you binge watch too long, depression does kind of, after a while, like if you binge watch 3 seasons for like a whole day, after that 4, you're like, I'm going to go outside, see if the sun is out, if a bird's chirping.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Absolutely. All right. Well, always love your emails. You can get them to us, mail at KVJShow.com, MAIL at KVJShow.com. Y'all enjoy your day. We got a big old Friday on deck for you tomorrow. We'll see you then. Goodbye.